जजिंग अपोजिट एंटरप्रेन्योर, उसकी सेल्फ अवेयरनेस के लिए क्या उसको जानने की जरूरत है?
I will take you at face value unless I have evidence otherwise.
25-28 साल का कोई लड़का या लड़की है, आपका लिटमस टेस्ट क्या है कि वो एंटरप्रेन्योर मटेरियल है या नहीं है?
Now जब आइडिया डिस्कस करते हैं then you start kicking the tires around.
कैसे होगा ये एक्चुअली प्रैक्टिकली स्पीकिंग फॉर अ 25-year-old?
अगर आपको गारंटी चाहिए ना कि पैसे कमाऊंगा मैं, तो आप नौकरी में रहिए.
There is a complaint amongst entrepreneurs, businessmen in India, to rampant harassment and corruption.
There is certain amount of inspector raj, mostly with the state governments.
What do you think about Shark Tank?
I was invited to be on Shark Tank.
और प्रॉब्लम क्या लगती है सर आपको उसमें?
I do not believe that investments can be made after seeing a 20-minute pitch.
What do you think about Trump?
I do believe he should get the Nobel Peace Prize, but for ensuring peace between India and China.
Can I ask you, sir, if it is not too personal a question,
जी.
what is your net worth? संजीव सर, वेलकम टू द शो एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर कमिंग.
Thank you for calling me.
सर, आपके पास बहुत सारी बातें हैं करने के लिए, बट मैं सर फोकस करना चाहता हूँ उस एरिया में जिसमें आप भी पैशनेट हैं और जो मुझे लगता है कि बहुत ज़रूरी है, जो मुझे किसी ने नहीं दिया लाइफ में, और लाइफ में सर मिलता भी नहीं है बड़े आराम से. ये एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का सर क्रेज चला हुआ है. आपने अभी मेरे को कहा कि एक सुनामी देश में चल रही है.
जी.
सर, लोगों को इसके बेसिक्स नहीं पता है. हर किसी को एंटरप्रेन्योर बनने का शौक चल गया है. फोमो बड़ा हो गया है. बट व्हाट आर द बेसिक थिंग दैट एन एंटरप्रेन्योर नीड्स टू नो? सर, मेरी कोशिश रहेगी आपसे बात करते करते कि मैं आपसे सर करिकुलम ही निकाल लूं, क्योंकि मेरे को आपसे बड़ी अथॉरिटी इस पे नहीं मिलने वाली.
Thank you so much for saying that. It's very flattering, but I'm not sure it's entirely true, but I'm very happy to talk about entrepreneurship.
बिफोर आई डू, आपकी परमिशन से क्या मैं कुछ पूछ सकता हूँ आपकी खुद की एंटरप्रेन्योरल जर्नी के बारे में, जिससे लोगों को स्केल समझ में आए सर?
Sure.
बिकॉज आप इतने हम्बल रहते हैं, लो प्रोफाइल रहते हैं, लोगों को समझ में नहीं आता है शायद कि स्केल क्या. इवन माई पेरेंट्स व्हेन वी वर टॉकिंग डाउनस्टेयर्स डिडंट राइट क्वाइट अंडरस्टैंड कि अच्छा ये हु यू आर एंड व्हाट यू हैव बीन एबल टू डू एंड द इम्पैक्ट दैट एंटरप्रेन्योर्स have in their mind and the respect that you have garnered from all these years. Sir, can I ask you, sir, if it is not too personal a question,
Ji.
what is your net worth?
I don't count it. But look, more than net worth, I think it's about what is the impact you can make to people around you, to society, to the world at large. Paisa aayega, right? So money is the happy incidental outcome of doing something you love. And if you do it for a long enough time, you will hopefully succeed at it. And once you succeed at it, the money will come. And so, important thing is you've got as much as you need.
Ji.
So you're not wanting for money anymore. मुझे याद है, I quit my job in 1990 and for the first 10 years,
sir,
we bootstrapped the company.
आप सर हॉर्लिक्स में थे उससे पहले?
जी, मैं हॉर्लिक्स कंपनी में था. उससे पहले मैं लिंटेस में था. और मैं बीच में मैं बिजनेस स्कूल गया.
जी.
मैनेजमेंट स्कूल IIM अहमदाबाद. तो उससे पहले कॉलेज, उससे पहले स्कूल दिल्ली में. पहले 10 साल जो था मैं नौकरी छोड़ने के बाद, वी वर बूटस्ट्रैपिंग, वी वर रियली स्ट्रगलिंग फाइनेंशियली. तो 10 में से करीब 6-7 साल तो मैं तनख्वाह ले नहीं पाया कंपनी से.
अच्छा.
So I used to teach on weekends at business schools around Delhi. I used to teach sometimes in the evenings. I used to teach marketing because that's what I knew. And I used to try and earn, I think it was 275 rupees an hour for my teaching. तो मैं सोचा कि अगर मैं हफ्ते के 10-11 घंटे पढ़ा लूँ,
जी हाँ,
तो शायद 2,500-3,000 रुपये बन जाए हफ्ते के. तो you could make 8-9 हज़ार महीने के, but you could not teach 12 months of the year because छुट्टियाँ भी होती थी. So you could teach about 9 months of the year, so you could make about 50,000-60,000 rupees a year. And उसमें मैं गुजारा करता था 4-5 हज़ार रुपये महीना एवरेज. But look, you got by. Right? फिर वेंचर कैपिटल आया, फिर थोड़ी कंपनी बढ़ी, फिर पब्लिक गई. Once venture capital came, I could take a salary from the company, so I stopped teaching. I could devote full attention to the company.
Yes.
So I don't actually count my net worth, but because this net worth also is a bit of a mirage. You see, it's like saying that my father bought a house in 1962 in Vasant Vihar for 40,000 rupees. He bought a plot. आज उसकी कीमत हो गई है 80 करोड़ रुपए. But the truth is, you'll never sell that house because you live there. So that's not really your net worth. although technically it is your net worth.
सर बट वो मैं
अब
जो
see now वो अखबार में आ जाता है तो लोग सोचते हैं,
हाँ
but the truth also is that my lifestyle really hasn't changed. जो see you can take a man out of the middle class, but you can't take the middle class out of a man.
श्योर
तो जो वैल्यूज हैं वो रहेंगी, जो ओरिजिनल फ्रूगैलिटी थी वो रहेगी. तो वो हिसाब किताब है.
सर इम्पैक्ट आपने कहा, ठीक है, आपने कहा नेटवर्थ नहीं छोड़ देते हैं उसको, हालांकि वो एक ऐसा नंबर है जो मोटिवेट करता है लोगों को स्टार्ट कर रहे होते तो.
हाँ, बट आई डोंट थिंक पीपल शुड चेज नेटवर्थ. अगर आप नेटवर्थ चेज करो नहीं मिलेगी आपको.
अच्छा, नहीं मिलेगी.
नहीं मिलेगी. अगर आप यू स्टॉप चेजिंग मनी, यू चेज गुड वर्क, एक्सीलेंस, कस्टमर सेटिस्फैक्शन, कस्टमर हैप्पीनेस, सूनर और लेटर नेटवर्थ आ जाएगी.
मैं इम्पैक्ट पे पूछता हूँ सर.
जी.
इम्पैक्ट मेजर कर आप, आर यू हैप्पी विद द इम्पैक्ट यू मेड, एंड इन योर वर्ड्स कैन आई आस्क यू व्हाट इज द इम्पैक्ट दैट यू हैव मेड, यू थिंक?
यार दो तीन चीज़ें की हैं हमने
जी.
which seem to be doing all right. I think Naukri is an offering that was pioneering in its time and unique.
Yes.
And it has actually helped people find jobs. It has actually helped employers find people. It has improved the velocity in the employment market. Companies would have taken perhaps 3 months to close a position. Now they do it in 3 weeks. Right? It has had an impact. It's got 150,000 clients. We've got, roughly 1 in 14, 15 Indians are registered with us. So it is the single largest hub for talent, single largest talent marketplace in this country. And I think India's got many talented people.
जी.
You need to find a marketplace for your talent. So Naukri has provided that.
ओके, बहुत हम्बल है सर, आपने बहुत सारी बातें नहीं बताई, मैं बता देता हूँ फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ द ऑडियंस. naukri.com, 99 acres, jeevansathi.com, shiksha.com, the first success to the point in India's .com boom story, IPO तक गया वो, जो कि एक लॉजिकल कंक्लूजन होता है हर एंटरप्रेन्योर की जर्नी में. मैं पैसों की तो बात ही नहीं कर रहा, वो पीपल कैन गूगल एंड फाइंड दैट आउट, एंड दैट यू लाइक यू राइटली सेड इज लेस रेलिवेंट. यू आर ऑल्सो द co-founder ऑफ अशोका यूनिवर्सिटी. यू आर ऑन द नेशनल एडवाइजरी काउंसिल, नेशनल स्टार्टअप काउंसिल, you Padma Shri awardee, and always you have been teaching with passion the entrepreneurs of this country or the future one aspirational entrepreneurs. अब सर मैं aspirational entrepreneurship पे आता हूँ. entrepreneurship के लिए सबको लगता है कि मेरा पास एक आइडिया है. आइडिया तो आ ही जाते हैं सर सबको. अच्छे आइडियाज कहाँ से आते हैं वो इट्स कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट स्टोरी प्रॉबेबली. सबसे पहला सवाल ये है सर कि मुझे एक 25 साल का, मान लीजिए मैं 25-28 साल का कोई लड़का या लड़की है, उसको कैसे पता चलेगा, आपका लिटमस टेस्ट क्या है कि वो एंटरप्रेन्योर मटेरियल है या नहीं है?
देखिए, लिटमस टेस्ट तो कुछ नहीं है. जब कोई आता है मेरे पास, सी आई वांट टू डू अ स्टार्टअप, आई एम डूइंग अ स्टार्टअप, आई टेक देम एट फेस वैल्यू.
ठीक.
तो अगर आप मेरे को बोलेंगे आई वांट टू डू स्टार्टअप, आई से एक्सीलेंट, नाउ आई वांट टू डिस्कस माय आइडिया, आई से बोलिए. नाउ जब आइडिया डिस्कस करते हैं, देन यू स्टार्ट किकिंग द टायर्स अराउंड द आइडिया. अच्छा, ये आइडिया कहाँ से आया, कैसे आया? दैट आंसर टेल्स यू अ लॉट.
ओके.
हम स्टार्टअप में इन्वेस्ट भी करते हैं, सो वी इन्वेस्टेड इन सम 140 स्टार्टअप्स.
जी.
तो यूजुअली पीपल कम ऑल्सो लुकिंग फॉर मनी फंडिंग व्हेन दे टॉक टू अस. ठीक है. देन सेकंड क्वेश्चन वी आस्क इज, साहब, इफ वी इन्वेस्ट मनी इन योर कंपनी, व्हाट इज द सैलरी यू वुड लाइक टू पे योरसेल्फ?
ओके.
अभी तो आप जीरो ले रहे हो, आपके पैसे हैं नहीं. अगर मान लो हमने पैसे डाल दिए, आप क्या तनख्वाह लेना चाहोगे और क्यों?
ये आप फाउंडर से पूछना चाहते हैं?
वी आस्क द फाउंडर्स.
ठीक है.
उसका जवाब, उसका उत्तर हमें काफ़ी कुछ बताता है अबाउट द माइंडसेट.
क्या बताता है सर?
आई टेल यू रियल आंसर्स आई हैव गॉट इन द पास्ट.
श्योर.
वेल, एक्चुअली आई एम इन अ जॉब, आई हैव टू क्विट माय जॉब. आई एम अर्निंग 70,000 pounds. दिस इज अ founder based in London. I am earning 70,000 pounds right now. I will need a salary of 100,000 pounds.
अच्छा.
Per annum.
Okay.
So why? So because I'm taking a risk, so I have to be compensated.
Okay.
Now that answer tells me that he is not entrepreneur material.
अच्छा.
You're getting equity for taking the risk. You cannot expect to take a high salary on a bootstrap on a early stage company when the company cannot afford to pay you from its cash flows.
Right.
Right. On the other hand, we invested in another company where the guy said, I will take what I need to live on and a little bit more because I would value my equity and I want to put the money you're giving me to work in the company and not take it out.
Okay.
Because I'll have to raise more money sooner if I take a high salary. And then I will dilute. I don't want to dilute more than I need to. So मैं कम तक खा लूँगा. That's another kind of answer. We see that as an expression of commitment.
That would make sense.
Right? Somebody else might say, the real answer I got. So I left my job 3 years ago. My batchmates in business school are now earning so much.
Yeah.
I have to match that. Again, that's not an answer we are impressed by. See, any founder who is benchmarking his salary to his batchmates from business school or college or engineering college is perhaps making a mistake. अगर salary benchmark करनी है तो नौकरी में वापस जाओ. Don't be an entrepreneur.
ठीक है.
That's where we look at stuff. So that's a key question we ask. Now, ये idea कहाँ से आया is a very important question.
If you want to run a successful business, then you most definitely should check out Odoo. To establish your business successfully, Odoo is the perfect choice because it is an all-in-one business management software that provides everything necessary for a business. Signing up is completely free, and with its help, you can run your business smoothly on a single platform with over 40 applications. For example, take their CRM application. It helps you manage leads, client details, daily activities, pipelines from a single platform. With Odoo CRM, you can also collect leads from websites, online forms, events, and other mediums all in one place. By using Odoo, you can easily drag and drop your leads into pipelines according to their stage. It also allows you to efficiently manage leads as per your business needs. You can also place all your client interactions, such as their emails, calls, and notes in one place. And it allows you to track every activity and necessary task for each client. Additionally, it helps you automate tasks and gain insightful reports so that you can see what's going on, what's working, and what's not. So visit the website and try out their CRM. You'll find the link in the description and the comments. हाँ सर, और मैं entrepreneurial material हूँ या नहीं हूँ ये कैसे पता चलेगा?
I will take you at face value unless I have evidence otherwise.
That is you judging a supposed entrepreneur. उसकी self awareness के लिए सर क्या उसको जानने की जरूरत है?
I think people don't understand that. See, an entrepreneurial journey is full of ups and downs.
Right.
It's full of struggles. There will be times when you have to tighten your belt. There will be times when you will not be able to take a salary. There will be times when you will face rejection.
जी.
There will be times when you run out of money.
जी.
But you still got to carry on.
Yeah.
So you have to have the stomach for that. And if you don't have the stomach for that, right, then maybe entrepreneurship is not for you.
ठीक है. ये कैसे पता चलेगा सर? अब बिना करे तो खैर पता चल नहीं सकता है.
नहीं, आपको you have to be willing to live without a salary. तनख्वाह नहीं आ रही है, मैं फिर भी गुजारा कर रहा हूँ. Like I did. I mean, I began to teach on weekends at business schools just to earn that hourly wage.
Right.
And I got by because I was so keen on being an entrepreneur. I said, I'll give up my good job in a multinational company for this. And I will get by just teaching.
ठीक है. I think यही litmus test is a great litmus test to have for anybody who's considering it. भी तुम अगर अपनी नौकरी को छोड़ के more or less बेरोजगार होना चाह रहे हो अपने एक विजन के लिए, तो तुम होगे शायद फिर entrepreneur material.
खैर मेरा विजन कोई विजन था नहीं.
अच्छा.
मेरी कई ambition थी that I want to be independent.
Financially independent.
I want to set my own priorities. I want to produce a product. I want to create. I want to do something new.
ठीक है.
There was no big idea.
Okay.
Only a few small ideas. And we pursued small ideas for the first 10 years. I mean, and even Naukri, when we launched so I quit my job in 1990.
Yeah.
And for the first 7 years, we drifted and did a bunch of small things. In 97, we launched Naukri, which at the time we launched, we thought was one more small thing. It was a small idea. But it turned out to be a big idea. So we stumbled upon a big idea, thinking it's a small idea. And it was probably 20th or 21st small thing we did. So that's, I mean, a lot of things happen in serendipity. You know, you just keep at it, but something works out.
ये keep at it वाली चीज जो है, इसके लिए भी तो कीमत देनी पड़ेगी. वो कीमत होनी भी चाहिए देने के लिए.
I think कीमत is your life and time. See, a founder risks his life or her life.
Right.
An investor risks his or her money. So people are taking risks. The investor is taking a risk with his or her money on you if the investor backs you.
Yes.
You are taking a risk with your life. Now, if you are not prepared to take a risk with your life, don't be an entrepreneur.
इस चैनल पे एक एक वीडियो जो भी आप देखते हो टेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम, लॉट ऑफ एफर्ट एंड लॉट ऑफ थिंकिंग. मैं बहुत ऑब्सेसिवली सोचता हूँ कि मैं किस गेस्ट से किस टाइप के सवाल पूछूं, बट ये तो सिर्फ मेरा रोल है. मेरे अलावा कैमरा, माइक, साउंड, गेस्ट आउटरीच, गेस्ट मैनेजमेंट, एवरीबडी इन्वॉल्व्ड इज लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू सीइंग द चैनल ग्रो. और चैनल ग्रोथ का सबसे ऑब्वियस और क्लियर मेट्रिक होता है सब्सक्राइबर बेस. इट रियली मैटर्स टू अस. विद वन क्लिक ऑफ योर्स it will be a show of strength, it will be a show of support, and therefore I would like to request you on behalf of the whole team to please do subscribe to the channel अगर आपको हमारा कोई भी कंटेंट अच्छा लगता है. These are very strong indicators.
जी
ठीक है, समझ में आया सर. कोई आइडिया है मेरे पास बिजनेस करने के लिए, एक आइडिया होना ज़रूरी है और लोग नॉर्मली आइडिया से ही स्टार्ट होते हैं और आइडिया से एक्साइट भी हो जाते हैं. मेरे को ये अच्छा आइडिया, अच्छा ये मार्केट में नहीं, ऐसा कर लेते हैं. दैट इज़ वॉट यू विल हियर मेनी टाइम्स. एक चीज़ होती है सर प्रोडक्ट मार्केट फिट, एक चीज़ होती है वैलिडेशन ऑफ एन आइडिया. चलो ये तो वैलिडेट हो गया कि आई वांट टू बी एन एंटरप्रेन्योर. ये कैसे आइडिया, ये कैसे वैलिडेट होगा रियलिस्टिकली? इज देयर अनदर लिटमस टेस्ट फॉर द फैक्ट कि तुम्हारा आइडिया सच में किसी काम का है या नहीं है?
सो विच इज़ वाई वी आस्क्ड दैट फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. ये आइडिया कहाँ से आया?
कहाँ से आया? ठीक है,
कैसे आया?
ओके.
नाउ इफ यू टेल मी भाई ये अमेरिका में चल रहा है तो मैंने वहाँ से देखा, कॉपी कर लिया. दैट्स वन आंसर. द अदर आंसर इज द काइंड ऑफ आंसर दैट Dipinder Goyal gave me or Yashish Dahiya gave me. Dipinder Goyal, founder of Zomato, Yashish Dahiya, founder of Policybazaar.
क्या आंसर दिए सर इन्होंने?
So I was using Zomato. It used to be called Foodie then.
ठीक है.
There were other restaurant listing sites, but what was unique about Foodie was that it was the only site with all the menu cards of all the restaurants.
अच्छा.
So somebody had taken the trouble of food slogging it and going to every restaurant, 800 in Delhi, and picking up the menu cards. Now, that's not easy. If you're a startup, if you're a one-man startup, two-man startup, आपको खुद करना पड़ता है.
ठीक बात.
So, when I met Dipinder Goyal for the first time, I asked him, कि boss, ये idea कहाँ से आया? To put the menu cards. He says, oh, I was working in Bain Consulting in Gurgaon. हम 50-60 लोग थे in the office. Mostly young, mostly male, mostly single, many living away from their hometown. बाहर से आए थे. What it meant was कि घर से वो lunch नहीं लाते थे. Right? Now, office hours were long in consulting. You invariably had to eat 2 meals at the office. Now, office had a cafeteria which would not serve food, but you could bring your own food and eat it.
Sure.
So to make life easy for the employees, the admin team had collated the menu cards of roughly 80 restaurants that would deliver to that location.
Okay.
And they would put them in a file folder and kept it in the cafeteria for employees to refer to. And Dipinder said, yaar, har roz 1 baje, line leg aati thi to see that file folder. And you'd get it for 2 minutes and you have to decide in 2 minutes. And you ring up the restaurant, you place the order, and you go back to your desk, but you've got deadlines to meet, you're under pressure, bosses in your head. Okay, and you go back to your desk to continue your work, and you come back in 45 minutes, the delivery is there, and you pay the money, and then you eat. It's huge, very inconvenient. So he said, one weekend, I came in and I scanned all those 80 menu cards, and I uploaded them on my personal page on the office intranet. Since within 2 days or 3 days, the IT infra guy came to me and said, man, what have you done? Why is 95% of internal traffic going to your page? Penny dropped. I realized that aggregation of menu cards got value. So I began to go on weekends on my motorcycle, riding around Delhi, picking up menu cards from restaurants. When I had 800 of them, I launched a site. This was a customer insight, that aggregation of menu cards got value. And this became the unique differentiating feature of Zomato for the next 10 years. That हमारे पास सारी menu card हैं.
ठीक है.
So successful businesses are built on deep customer insights. This is a customer insight. Or restaurant listing sites थी, but nobody had the insight that aggregation of menu cards adds value. Therefore, nobody went out and got them, and nobody put it on the website. And therefore, Zomato Foodie differentiated itself and managed to get a lot of traffic, and including our own personal traffic, my personal traffic, Hitesh's traffic, and we therefore invested in Zomato for that reason, Foodie for that reason. अब नौकरी का आइडिया कहाँ से आया था? In my last job in the Horlicks company, HMM, I used to observe all my colleagues in the marketing team who would read the Business India magazine from the back always.
अच्छा.
Because there were 35 to 40 pages of appointment ads in the back of Business India in those days. And that's when I realized that यार ये पहले तो job ads देखते हैं सब लोग. There is jobs are a high interest category of information. And when 6 साल बाद जब मैंने इंटरनेट देखा for the first time, this insight came back to me.
Okay.
And I said, एक काम करते हैं, let's get newspapers and magazines from around the country, take the appointment ads and put them on the net and see what happens.
Sure.
And that's what we did. तुरंत traffic आ गया.
तुरंत आ गया. अच्छा.
Right? And this again was a customer insight. Policybazaar, I met Yashish when he was raising his first round of capital. And he said to me, I'm willing to bet that you're paying 60% more for your car insurance than you need to. I said, don't be silly, yeah. I've bought a standard car from a well-known dealer. He sold me the policy. It's a public sector company's policy, a New India Assurance. There is no way I've been cheated. He said, no, it's not been cheated. But just the insight is that different insurance companies price the same risk very differently. The same risk. Because their risk assessment models are unique and different, each of them.
Sure.
So he said, show me your policy. So I took out my policy. It was in my backpack. And he looked at it. He took the car details, which make, which model, how many kilometers, all that. Right? And he went to 5-6 insurance company websites and input details and took out quotes. And within 20 minutes, he had 6 quotes.
सारे अलग-अलग. And sure enough, the lowest quote was 40% less than what I had paid. And I said, yeah, I didn't know this. Because see, insurance कोई खरीदता नहीं है. You buy insurance because somebody sold it to you or because you need it legally. It's illegal to drive a car in India without insurance. Sure.
So there's a legal requirement, therefore you do it. Or somebody sold it to you.
मतलब food mart type choice नहीं होती उसमें.
Choice तो होती है, आपको मालूम नहीं है.
मालूम नहीं है, ठीक बात.
You don't search.
Which is what Policybazaar enabled.
ऐसा कुछ change हो गया. So when he gave me this demo, and I realized, man, there's something here. He has not yet got a product ready. This is just not even a PowerPoint. This is a conversation. So तब मुझे एहसास हुआ कि there's something here.
पर आपने बहुत जल्दी उसके अंदर इन्वेस्ट कर दिया.
Yeah, we invested.
And you invested way early. And now your
2008.
investment. आप सिर्फ इन्वेस्ट करते थे because you are coming at it from the point of view of an investor, क्योंकि obviously आपकी entrepreneurial journey उस वक्त बहुत इवॉल्व कर चुकी थी. बट कोई अगर यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर या एस्पायरिंग एंटरप्रेन्योर इसको सुन रहा है, उसके दिमाग में एक सवाल यही आएगा कि जो 7-8 साल आपको सर ग्राइंड करनी पड़ी टू अराइव एट अ scale where you don't have to do it anymore and then to evolve to a stage where you are actually helping other people in that stage, उसके लिए क्या बूटस्ट्रैप वो कर सकता है और कि उसको पैसे रेस करने ही पड़ेंगे? इज इट अ गुड आइडिया और इज इट नॉट अ गुड आइडिया?
देखिए, most startups, most small businesses don't raise money.
जी.
Some do. Many try, but only a few get it. Right? But it's not as if it's absolutely essential to raise money. But देखो, if you are in a space where there's a competitor who's raising money and you are not, you are at a disadvantage. If you're in a space where you say the customer will pay you many years later, you need money till then.
ठीक बात है.
Now, you should cut your coat according to your cloth. अगर आपके पास पैसा नहीं मिल रहा है, then don't start a business जहाँ पैसे की जरूरत है.
ठीक है.
What I always say is the customer's money is better than the investor's money.
जी, मैं सुनी आपकी बात जी.
Okay? Because अगर customer का पैसा आ रहा है आपके पास और it's coming at a higher price than the cost and it's coming repeatedly,
प्रॉफिटेबली है,
then you have possibly a viable business and you may or may not need investor money.
अच्छा.
On the other hand, if you get investor money first, there's no guarantee you'll get customer money. Getting investor money or impressing two MBAs across the table.
ठीक बात.
Getting the customer's money is much harder.
For sure. Who is it that you would prefer to invest? And let me actually even ask you a case study based question. जैसे हमारा ये है syllabus of life. Fundamental question ये है कि should we raise money or not? मैं तो फेवर में नहीं हूँ फिलहाल, क्योंकि मेरे को honestly speaking समझ में नहीं आता है ये मनी रेजिंग वाला रूट क्या है.
नहीं, मान लो आपने पैसा रेज भी कर लिया. That you have to give the investor an exit within 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. अब exit देने के लिए at any kind of valuation that the investor will be happy at, you have to scale the company and make it very large. You've got to make it large in a finite time frame. 7 साल, 6 साल, 8 साल, which puts pressure on you. And if you're not confident of doing that, then I don't think you should raise money.
How do you validate this idea? Should I raise money or not? मैं personally पूछ रहा हूँ खुद से. Advice. I'm asking for advice.
आप पैसा वापस कर पाओगे 7 साल में, 8 साल में?
हाँ, मतलब day one से हम profitable हैं तो हम बिल्कुल कर पाएंगे.
नहीं, match the expectations of a VC investor.
जी.
You have to give back 20x,
20x,
15x, 10x.
Okay.
So मान लो किसी ने आपको 5 करोड़ दिए, आप उनको दे पाओगे 100 करोड़ वापस?
ये तो बिल्कुल पता नहीं सर, फ्यूचर के one cannot know.
No, I know, but do you believe you can?
हाँ बिल्कुल, मतलब 100 करोड़ अगर हम 5 का 100 नहीं कर रहे तो फिर हम कर ही कर रहे हैं. मतलब मेरे को लगता है
if you believe you can do that, then by all means go ahead.
अच्छा, in order to get somebody interested to give me that 5 करोड़, क्योंकि मेरे पास तो 5 करोड़ नहीं है खुद के, what will the VC be looking at?
They'll be looking at you, they'll be looking at the idea, they'll look at the market gap, look at customer love, they'll look at cost structures, unit economics, they will look at total addressable market, they will look at competition, they will look at moat.
इन सब चीज़ों के बेसिस पर. अच्छा ठीक है. एक बहुत बड़े इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ आती थी सर इन बिजनेस, जो आपने भी कहा, यू अंडरस्टूड मार्केटिंग. क्या जानने की जरूरत है सर हमको मार्केटिंग के बारे में आज की डेट में? सोशल मीडिया हैज टेकन ओवर द होल फील्ड इट अपीयर्स.
देखिए, आई थिंक there are 2-3 skills
जी
or traits every entrepreneur must have.
जी हाँ.
One is the ability to create trust across the table.
ओके.
Trust with your co-founders, trust with your employees, trust with your investors, trust with your customers.
Ability to create trust. ठीक है.
Now, you will create trust if you are fundamentally trustworthy.
Or you are highly manipulative.
Then you can't sustain the trust.
Ability to create trust, which means that you are essentially authentic and you are able to convey that authenticity.
Yeah, that's right.
और वो reciprocate हो रही. ठीक है.
Second is, extension of this is the ability to sell.
Ability to sell.
Now, you can be selling your vision to your employees, idea to your employees, idea to your co-founders, your board directors, your customers.
ठीक है. And the third?
Third, I think there needs to be a sense of urgency and hustle.
थोड़ा सा मुश्किल सवाल है, मुझे लगता है आपको पता नहीं, मुश्किल ना लगे. ये सब बातें जो हम कर रहे हैं, we are, if I am being honest, speaking from certain level of privilege, तो कि हम कर ही पा रहे हैं ये बातें. क्या ये सब चीज़ें, ये ट्रस्ट बनाना, वीसी के फंडिंग में अपना को इंटरेस्ट करना, प्रोडक्ट मार्केट फिट वैलिडेट करना, आइडिया को एग्जीक्यूट करना वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह, क्या ये इंडिया की मिडिल क्लास में एक्सेसिबल है?
बिल्कुल है. मतलब मैं भी मिडिल क्लास से ही हूँ.
सर कैसे होगा ये एक्चुअली, प्रैक्टिकली स्पीकिंग, फॉर अ हाइपोथेटिकल 25-year-old?
So let's take the story of Dipinder Goyal.
ठीक.
Father, government school teacher in Muktsar. Mother, homemaker. So you can imagine that, I'm not sure he was even middle class. Maybe he was. Maybe at the bottom end of middle class. But father was keen on academics. Because school teacher say.
Sure.
So Dipinder was packed off to Chandigarh to live in a hostel and study. And during that time, he developed an interest to write the IIT entrance exam. IIT entrance exam, पढ़ाई की, मेहनत की, and he cleared it. So the first break, he went to IIT Delhi from the background that he was in. So IIT Delhi से वो बेन गया. बेन जाके, then after 2-3 years, he started Foodie Bay. He got the idea. So it's a step-by-step process. So India has created a ladder of meritocracy where at least a significant section of its population can utilize that to get ahead in life. Now, I'm not saying everybody can. I'm not saying 1.5 billion people can. But I think it's accessible to 700-800 million people.
So, what if I was to argue that he is an exception? And like you say, serendipity.
नहीं देखो exception तो है, but who knows? You're not an exception. Maybe you are the exception also. Maybe there are exceptional qualities in everybody, but you got to persist.
Huge opportunity cost to be given to find out.
It does take gumption. It does take some amount of risk taking to become an entrepreneur, to do a startup.
To do a startup, right? Let me come to technology now. This is also an area of your passion, and from there, with your permission, I'll segue into education and Ashoka University. Technology, AI. India has sort of lost the foundational model race in AI.
We were never in it.
We were never in it.
See, the kind of capital and compute power needed to do a foundational model, and they do 20 or 50 or 100 foundational models like people done in America, requires tens and hundreds of billions of dollars of investment with no light at the end of the tunnel. You don't know how return aayega, kab aayega, kaise aayega, kitna aayega. Might be 10 years, 20 years. So those kind of bets are not going to be taken in India. So, government of India will try and do a few things, but there'll be a few focused things. A few very large corporations, both public sector and private sector, will have the balance sheet strength and size to attempt something like that. Whether or not they actually do it remains to be seen.
Right.
So, 2-4-5 foundational model banenge India mein, but it will not be like the US or like China. India's strength lies in data. That we have got 1.4 billion people, we've got 1 billion smartphones, we are generating the most amount of data after China.
ठीक.
So if we can ring fence our data and say, bhai, aap compute or LLM lao, but LLM train kahan pe hoga? Hamare data pe hoga. So we have to be partnership with you. So we have to play to our strengths and be a part of the LLM race by saying how we are bringing the data.
We'll have to play on the data.
Yeah.
जब आप कहते हैं, sir, I've read a statement or two which you have said about that we'll be in the vertical race of AI. What does that mean? Vertical race.
See, LLMs are horizontal.
Huh.
Okay, they're used across all sectors, all data, all. Yeah. On the other hand, you say that we will look at careers, resumes, jobs, job application recruiters, job applicants. Now that's a vertical.
अच्छा, application layer.
Could be application. Could even do a narrow, focused vertical LLM.
I see.
इसमें we can do an LLM.
ठीक है.
Because we don't need that kind of compute. So let's say someone like Naukri can look at doing stuff like that.
And if it were, and I'm not sure if there are, but I read somewhere that you have more than 100 people working on AI, ML in your company.
150 हैं शायद.
तो वो क्या करना चाहते हैं, sir?
We're all AI engineers and we work on various aspects of AI. Some at the vertical LLM layer, some at the application layer to improve our product and service offerings to our job seekers and to our recruiters.
And okay. Sir, I have a few interesting short answer questions, I might say. And these are what do you think about sort of questions.
Sure.
What do you think about Shark Tank?
So I was invited to be on Shark Tank in the first season. And look, at one level, I'm very glad. Because what Shark Tank has done is it has taken the concept of doing startups down to the smallest town, smallest city, maybe even big villages, maybe even small villages, right? Maybe in segments of population and demographics which would not even think of doing a startup or what is a startup. Won't you know what the term startup means?
Right.
So, nation ki aspirations
जी.
पे positive impact आया है. So, the concept of doing startups has become much more universal because of Shark Tank.
Because of Shark Tank. और problem क्या लगती है सर आपको उसमें?
My reason why I declined going on Shark Tank were 3-4 reasons.
जी.
One is, of course, उस समय COVID चल रहा था. All shooting was in Bombay.
Oh.
It involved 9 trips to Bombay over a 3-month period. And I have, a couple of contraindications which sort of said I have to be careful in COVID.
Understood.
But no, for my health reasons, I cannot travel.
Sure.
Second was, see, I do not believe that investments can be made after seeing a 20-minute pitch. You got to dig deep. You got to know the founder, know the customer, know the team, do your diligence. Right? हम कई हफ्ते कंपनी को स्टडी करते हैं before taking an investment decision. So this, cowboy style, yes, no in 20 minutes, I felt is the wrong way to invest and certainly will not sit well with the company, our board of directors, Third is we ourselves are running 3 or 4 venture funds,
Hmm.
which I'm involved in.
I see.
So we have
Conflict of interest possibly.
or if we invest in the fund, right, then our LPs जो बाहर से हैं
हाँ जी.
will say कि भाई तो आप कैसे you are being careless with our money.
No.
How are we investing in 20 minutes without diligence? So for those 3 or 4 reasons, I felt it's a great game show. It's fantastic viewership. And it's very exciting. But perhaps it's not the way that I should be investing, or our company should be investing, or our fund should be investing. So that is why I have stayed away from all such TV shows. But देखो popular तो हो रहा है, startup popular हो रहा है, which is a good positive thing.
What do you think about Aman Gupta?
दोस्त है मेरा.
अच्छा दोस्त है.
I like him. He's a good guy. I would only say good things about most startup founders, unless those who are proven to be dishonest.
All right. What about Elon Musk? What do you think about him as an entrepreneur?
As an entrepreneur, he's great. I disagree with some of his bit of his style. With or this thing of going into the government and just sacking people left, right, center.
You did not like the Doge idea.
You can't sack people who are understanding what they do and what the loss will be if they leave. Right? कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है वो इवॉल्व हुई है 200 साल लेके, कुछ जरूर कुछ अच्छा काम कर रही होगी. That's why it's like this.
ठीक बात.
You have been in the IRS.
Yes.
You tell me, supposing tomorrow you'll say I'll cut the income tax department down to 20% of its size by sacking people. आपकी क्या रिएक्शन होगी?
बोलूँगा पहले देख तो लो कि क्या कर रहे हो, क्यों कर रहे हो. हाँ.
Exactly. It's the same for every government department.
What do you think about Trump?
I think he essentially is a negotiator. And he doesn't pretty much care about the party on the other side. Because he is not a relationship guy. He is a transaction guy. I have to win this round of negotiations. I'll bully the guys. Unfortunately, international diplomacy, if you try those methods, it may harm US interests in the long run. Now, I don't believe that, he has driven India towards China.
Yes, that he has.
Okay, so I do believe he should get the Nobel Peace Prize, but for ensuring peace between India and China.
I see.
That's why
it's a very interesting take.
That's why you should get it. Not for peace between India and Pakistan.
Because of peace between India and China.
Yes, that is ensured. So
you think he's ensured
India, India was firmly aligned to the US before this Trump term. India had moved totally away from China. Now suddenly, we are saying, okay, we'll do a balance, and right now more towards China than India.
Sure.
And we'll figure it out. And he's ensured that. And I think after what he did to India, it'll take a couple of decades of concerted effort by a future US government to restore the trust in India.
What did he do to India that broke the trust to this extent?
पहले टैरिफ लगाए.
टैरिफ लगाए पहले.
ऊपर से ओपनली इंसल्ट किया. अब H1B पे फीस लगा दी. Right? So literally every week, every 2 weeks, something new comes. You see, even if you were involved in the negotiation of a ceasefire between India and Pakistan, you have to have the basic sense that, listen, I should not tweet about it. I should not go about it in social media. I should talk to the Indians and say, boss, what are we going to say? It's a very sensitive matter in India.
For sure.
So even if it's half true, nobody would admit it.
Nobody should. But that seems to have been the very agenda.
So my understanding and my assessment, I don't have any inside information, is that India wanted limited action. Now, having attacked those 9 terror hideouts, India would have been quite happy at no further escalation. So actually a ceasefire was on India's agenda. So long as Pakistan agreed to it. When Pakistan agreed to it, he said, fine. अब इसमें अमेरिका का है. It is not that America had to stop India from attacking Pakistan.
उनका कहना है कि न्यूक्लियर वॉर ही प्रिवेंट कर दिया उन्होंने.
वो कुछ भी कहते हैं यार. I mean, we've had Balakot in the past.
Yeah.
There was no actual nuclear war.
Sure.
You see, Pakistan also, the military, they tend to do brinksmanship to create a psyche or a psychosis in India कि यार nuclear war हो जाएगी तो मत attack करो. I think what has happened in the last few years with Balakot and now with Operation Sindoor is that the Indian understanding of where Pakistan's red lines are has got more refined, and we are able to believe that you can have limited conventional conflict so long as it doesn't threaten the existence of Pakistan. It will not escalate to nuclear. Which basically means, bhai, you can't walk in and take POK, you can't take Lahore, you can't do that. Don't even try. But you can have limited conflict.
Limited action, limited skirmishes, strikes are possible.
Yeah, possible without going nuclear.
Nuclear नहीं होगा.
That is my reading.
There's this ladder of escalation.
That's right.
जो कि अब अच्छे से समझ में आ चुकी है. Recalibrate होगी.
I mean, better than before. We have more data. We have more information.
How do you see the relationship between India and China evolving? Do you see a time?
See, I have always said in the past also that, look, you've got a very powerful neighbor, China. He's more powerful than you are.
Sure.
You've got a very long border. You've got a lot of trade that has happened and is happening even in the other of the relationship. China has in the past invested a lot of capital into India.
Yes.
And therefore can be a great source of capital. If you're able to mend fences with China, you can actually do a lot of business and it can be good for your economy. I have always maintained it's not a good idea for India to be a frontline state in any conflict between America and China on the American side, because ultimately we will lose.
We will be used also.
We will be used by US and we will lose because China is a more powerful country. Let's accept that.
No doubt about it.
We can defend ourselves maybe, but we cannot offend.
Agreed. Problem?
So therefore, it makes a lot of sense to have a relation with China, which is not hostile.
I see.
And I have always said that, even when it's not popular.
I mean, this is just banter. I'm not a geopolitics expert myself.
Neither am I.
But
which is why I can talk.
Same. But I've discussed and come to the idea after having spoken to various people about this whole issue is that China is the problem is fundamentally trust, क्योंकि उनकी दो policies हैं. There is a commercial policy, there is a business policy, and there is a state defense policy. वो बहुत ऐसे merged हैं कि they are camouflaged. You don't know if there is a tiger there or those are just stripes with it. This is the problem. अगर वो invest करते किसी चीज़ में तो उसमें डिफेंस एंगल भी होते हैं. उनके सी पोर्ट और उनके आर्मी उनके नेवी के पोर्ट्स में कोई फर्क नहीं है. यू डोंट नो उनके पैसे लेने से पहले.
So in those areas, don't let them in.
वो कैपिटल को भी बड़े इंटेलिजेंटली यूज करते हैं.
Fair enough. So you also be intelligent in where you take the capital, or how you do business. But to actually, you cannot shut out China simply because they are powerful and they are next door to you, and they will always be next door to you. They are a permanent neighbor. America is 10,000 miles away.
Sir, let me ask you about what, in your opinion, is the most overvalued startup in the country?
Okay, I've not thought about that, and I'm not going to answer that question because I'll end up offending somebody. So I don't want to do that.
All right, then let's err on the side of caution, and let me ask you, what is the most undervalued startup?
Again, I have not thought about that, but देखो, any startup that we invest in, we believe is either undervalued or fair value. That's why we invest in it. हमने 140 किए हैं. We're often wrong. We are often wrong, but sometimes we're right.
How often, sir, are you wrong? And is there a number?
चक्कर क्या है कि you don't know for the first 10 years
अच्छा.
whether you're wrong or right.
10 साल का पता चलता है.
Whether a startup can blow up early, but it'll succeed after 10 years. So we are in a business where the lemons ripen early. कि अगर startup blow up करना है वो 3 साल में कर सकता है, 2 साल में कर सकता है. लेकिन कामयाब होने के लिए 10 साल लगते हैं.
Some rapid fire questions, this or that, quick questions, just to pick your wit.
Sure.
No explanation, just pick one. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Early morning or late night?
Both.
WhatsApp or email?
WhatsApp.
How much do you sleep?
About 6 hours a day, 7 hours a day. 6
Spreadsheets or presentations?
presentations. Actually, neither.
Neither. Well, then what's your preference?
I just speak.
Just speak. The direct communication. Do you have a rule in your company about unnecessary meetings like Jeff Bezos or?
No.
No. Delhi or Mumbai? Preference?
Delhi. Actually, well, okay. Let me qualify that. That's not a rapid fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm 62 years old. I have lived 58 years in Delhi. 2 साल in Ahmedabad or 2 साल in Bombay in my beginning of my career.
Okay.
Now, when I first moved to Bombay, I was really unhappy.
Oh.
Because Bombay was crowded, congested, traffic jam. 85 की बात है. Delhi में was not polluted that time. Delhi was not so much traffic.
जी.
Delhi had open spaces, green areas. Still does, but a lot less than earlier.
Okay.
So when I went there first, I was miserable. But after 6 months, I got used to it. And then I began to enjoy Bombay. Because the city has hustle, it has energy, it has a vibe, it never sleeps. And my professionalism has come from Bombay. And it is a work ethic I picked up in Bombay that I have tried to transplant in our company in Delhi. Delhi did not have that work ethic at that time. It has better now, but still Bombay is ahead. So I worked at Lintas 1 year in Delhi, 2 years in Bombay, the ad agency, at the start of my career straight after college, before business school. I think those 3 years were completely formative for me, where I believe that just as a child learns the most in the first 3 or 4 years of his or her life, as a working professional, you learn the most in the first 3 or 4 years of your career. And therefore, it's very important that you, first 3 or 4 years, you're working in the right place, doing the right things with the right people. That's where your work ethic evolves. That's where it's formed. And I was very fortunate to work at Lintas with some really smart people, some really good clients, doing some very good work in a great organization.
If you were to describe the one problem that Delhi has versus Mumbai, what would it be?
So I believe Bombay is now polluted, but when I lived in Bombay, it was not polluted. Delhi also not polluted then, but right now I'd say Delhi pollution is a problem. Delhi traffic is getting worse.
Mountains or beaches?
Mountains.
Why?
Clean air, not hot, cool.
You just prefer the aesthetics?
Closer to Delhi.
Closer to Delhi, right. Okay. Cricket or football?
Actually both, but cricket.
Netflix or books?
Netflix.
I see. What is your favorite show?
Right now I'm watching The House of Guinness.
The House of Guinness?
It's a story about how Guinness beer evolved, the family business. And it's dramatized and it's fictionalized, but it's possibly half fiction, half truth. Very, very interesting, gripping stuff. Plus, I've been also at the same time watching this Bollywood show by Shah Rukh Khan's son, Aryan Khan.
Yes. And what is your opinion about that?
I loved some of the casting and I love the caricaturing of people you could identify or had read about as, okay, this is this guy from Bollywood, this is that guy from Bollywood. I especially love that the caricature of the guy, that inspector from Narcotics Control Bureau.
Sameer Wankhede?
Yeah, that was his name in real life. His name here is something else. But
yes, I did a podcast with him too.
Okay, yes. And in the show, he's not from the NCB. He's from, there's some fictional department he's from.
There's litigation going on now about this.
Yeah, I don't think it'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just a caricature.
The caricaturing. What are some good Netflix shows that you would recommend everybody?
Well, Netflix could be Amazon. So there was a Deutschland. I think it came on Amazon Prime a few years back. So it's a fictionalized history set Cold War between East Germany and West Germany. Okay, and this is set East Germany, they're spying on West Germany and so on and so forth. And I find history and geopolitics very interesting.
I see.
Okay, so that's one of my favorite shows in recent times. I've watched it at least 2-3 times, but now it's off the air. I don't know where it is.
I see.
Okay, then there was an old BBC show, I think 1979-80 ka. John Le Carre, he had a trilogy which is very famous, which is Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy, and Honorable Schoolboy and Smiley's People. So they didn't do the whole trilogy. They left out Honorable Schoolboy. They did the first and the third book. which is Tinker Tailor and Smiley's People. And it was starring Sir Alec Guinness and a few others, most of whom are now passed on. And, you know, if you've read the books and you then see these shows, it's truly, I must have seen these shows repeatedly about half a dozen times.
Oh.
It's on YouTube.
I see.
I've got the DVDs. Okay. I've read the books also half a dozen times. I think John Le Carre is a master of his craft. Not just espionage, but in general, a great writer. Or was. He passed away, I think, 2-3 years ago.
What are 3 books that you would recommend everybody should read?
I don't know everybody, but 3 books. I mean, a couple of books that I've liked and have made me think. There's Built to Last and Good to Great. Built to Last is about how to build, what are the characteristics of enduring companies that last a long time.
Sure.
Good to Great is how does a merely very good company become a great company?
I see.
And both these books, I think, are very...
Are there any movies or shows that you would recommend every entrepreneur watch?
Yeah, I think entrepreneurs nahi, but I think people should watch. I mean, the shows I've talked about. I mean, but obviously you should... I like to watch... so, I'm currently watching also a show called Bosch, B-O-S-C-H. It's a detective series set in Los Angeles, and it's pretty good. So if you want to watch fiction and thriller, I think Bosch is good. I think if you want to watch a geopolitical kind of thriller set in the 70s and 80s actually, Deutschland is good. If you want something which is Cold War and espionage, I would say the BBC shows of John Le Carre, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, and Smiley's People, but after reading the books.
What makes Apple a great company?
I think Steve Jobs could sense what the customer would want without the customer indicating that this is what I want. अगर मैं ये बनाऊंगा तो customer ये चाहेगा without the customer telling me that this is what I want. So the ability to predict what the customer might want is a big quality. Then the ability to execute it, and then the aesthetic sense of the product design and the UI UX. ये 3-4 चीजें I think which Steve Jobs brought to the table, and I'm pretty sure others in Apple now have, I think are truly remarkable.
What is the one company that you are highly impressed by?
For a long time, I would have said Google.
And why? What makes Google great?
The problem identification and solving it. Today, I would add Microsoft to that list. For a long time in the wilderness.
Really?
And suddenly, it's a resurgence.
Who are founders or CEOs or corporate leaders in the world that you most aspire to be like?
I don't know them personally. I'm actually quite happy being myself and doing what I'm doing.
If there is one person in history that you would be able to have a chat with or have dinner with, alive or dead, who would it be?
I would say Mahatma Gandhi and then Jawaharlal Nehru. Mahatma Gandhi, because see, Mahatma Gandhi to my mind was the greatest marketer.
A final question, sir, to you, which I ask all my guests, but this one is particularly important. For you, I'm most excited about how you answer this. What do you think should be included in the syllabus of life? Syllabus of life is defined as that which schools and colleges cannot teach.
I think stories. I think authentic, candid stories of people, and they need not be well-known people. They could have achieved something, done something, they may not be well-known, but कुछ उन्होंने किया है, and you go down into it, कैसे किया आपने, क्यों किया आपने, कैसे हुआ? Because syllabus of life will be about people's lives.
Sure.
So tell the stories of people's lives.
But I can't thank you enough for telling us a story of your life.
Thank you so much.
And for sharing your time so generously and for continuing to inspire, not only with your knowledge, but also with your modesty. I must deep respect for it.
No, thank you so much. I think you flatter me. I'm not sure I deserve that, but thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.